While my van is in the workshops here at Tyne Valley Motorhomes, Simon from the sales department has allowed me to have a look around this Autotrail 540. A little bit smaller than the CV van, but I think it's still worth having a look around. If you're in the market for something, you don't want to go as big as the CV, but you want something a little bit bigger than a VW camper, then this might be for you. So let's have a look around it. Okay, so this is the 2021 model Autotrail 540 V-Line SE. It's 5.41 metres long by 2.27 metres wide. The advantage of a vehicle this size means you can park it in any supermarket car park, and it means you'll probably be able to fit it on your driveway at home. So on the driver's side of the van, just behind the driver's door, you can see the V-Line graphics and the vents for the Dometic fridge. There's one at the top there, one at the bottom. Okay, so down the bottom here, on the driver's side, you've got your fresh and grey water drain taps. You've also got the door there to access the toilet cassette for your onboard toilet. And you've got your Gasset LPG fill point. And now this particular model has a 25 litre underslung LPG gas tank. Now, as you can see there, this model has the Fiat black and silver alloy wheels. And to finish off on the driver's side there, you've got your 240 volt hookup cable socket with the little flap there that falls down over there to keep the bad weather out. Now, moving around the back of this van, you can see it's got the high level brake light with built-in reversing camera. Very handy when you're going backwards, eh Rick? So moving around to the passenger side of the van, we can see on the roof there you've got the wind down awning, as well as the large side sliding door that comes in these Fiat Ducato vans. Above the side sliding door, you can see there you've got the LED strip light. Okay, so helping you into the habitation area, you've got an LED strip light down the side of this wood grain panel here, and that's very nice for lighting up the step. And you can see there you've got the step and the controls for the electric step to go in and out. Now, this side sliding door also has the full size fly screen. Now, I've never had much luck with these fly screens, and it seems to stick when you're sliding in and out, and this one's no exception. This is a little bit sticky in the runners, and I've noticed there's quite a large gap along the top of this fly screen, which is a little bit disappointing. Okay, so first of all we'll have a look in the cab area, and we can see that we've got a pair of low level cup holders in the middle, and just above that there's a USB charging point. Now, underneath the passenger seat there you've got your normal toolkit, and you'll need that if you ever want to change the spare wheel. Moving around and having a look from the cab area from this side, both the driver and passenger seats swivel to face the habitation area, and these seats are very nice. They're finished in a kind of a half leather finish with the Autotrail motif embroidered into the headrests. Very nice. The radio, or media center as it's called now, has a large LCD display, built-in Bluetooth for mobile phone and built-in sat nav. The screen also is the display for the reversing camera. Moving across to the driver's side, there's a new multifunction steering wheel with access to the media center, telephone and cruise control. Now, that's the first time I've seen the new steering wheel, and I have to say I like it. As you can see, this is the 6-speed manual gearbox, but Fiat also do a 9-speed automatic, if automatic is what you prefer. In this Autotrail 540, you don't have the over-cab storage area that you'd have in the CV40, but what you do have is a lovely big skylight right above your head. And that lets loads of light in, and I really like that. And if light's not your thing, it also comes with fitted blackout blinds. However, looking at that skylight, I can't help but wonder, is that going to be a condensation magnet? Now, as I said, it doesn't have the overhead storage of the CV40, but it does have some small pockets at the sides and along the front there where you can keep your sunglasses or other small bits and pieces. So, going into the habitation area from the side sliding door, there's a small step up into the cab area. Now, that step has LED lights and an outlet for the blown air heating system. Now, I like the LED lights, but the finish around the edge of the step isn't great, to be honest, and I can see a bulge in the flooring where it hasn't been stuck down under the trim properly. Now, these are very minor things, I do realise that, and they can be easily put right, but I still think they're worth mentioning. It gives you an idea of what to look for when you're going out to buy one of these vans. As you go into the habitation area, you have a Dometic 3-way fridge straight in front of you. It's a decent sized fridge with the usual small freezer section at the top, And I like the door release button on this one. Seems a lot more sturdy than the fridge door on my CV40, and you can't forget to lock the fridge door before you set off on this one, and that's something I do regularly. Above the fridge you've got a deep wardrobe with double opening doors and a hanging rail at the top, and this is where the table leg's stored along with a fire extinguisher, and that's something you don't get in the CV40, so well done Autotrail. One less thing to buy. Below the fridge there's also a single drawer that's a nice little bit of storage space there. So moving over to the other side of the van, just inside the door you've got a good sized single bowl sink with a smoked glass lid and a stainless steel mixer tap. Now I like the size and shape of this sink, although I don't think I can make my chopping board fit on there. Under the sink you've got a nice sized storage cupboard where you can see the hot and cold water feed for the sink waste pipe and wiring that runs to a 240 volt socket that's at the end of the workbench. Now at the end of the worktop there's a kind of slate effect panel, and that has a push release, and that lifts up to extend the worktop area and reveal that 240 volt socket. Very nicely designed that, and it sits nice and flush when it's closed. Moving up above the side sliding door you've got the Autotrail control panel with digital display. Now from here you can turn all the power on and off. It's only when I turned this on that I realised that there was an LED light strip above the cab area and another LED strip above the control panel, and the switches for those lights are here next to the control panel. You've got the heater and water touch controls, and they seem to be a little loose to me, swivelling around there, and they could do with a tighten up, but again just little things that could be put right. So just along from the control panel area you've got a high level 800 watt microwave, and the plug for that microwave is found in one of the overhead lockers in the lounge area. So moving along, there's another 240 volt socket behind the Thetford Triplex 3 burner gas hob, and the hob's covered with a glass lid to keep it clean. Now I prefer the hob in the CV40 because it has an electric ring which is very handy when hook up, and it can save you gas. I mean, if you've paid for hookup you might as well use it and make the most of it. And moving down underneath the hob you've got the oven and combined grill. Going down to the floor level there's a utility cupboard under the oven that houses the pipework for the gas and water, as well as the water filter and pump. Everything in one place and easily accessible when needed. Now in the back of the van you've got the lounge area, and that lounge area converts into your double bed. The windows all have blinds and fly screens, and there are two overhead lockers at each side. Up above the lounge area there's another large skylight with a fly screen and blackout blind. There's also two multi-directional LED lights at each side of the lounge area, as well as two large LED light strips. Inside one of the overhead lockers here you've got the Wi-Fi connectivity and TV signal booster aerial connections. And finally in the overhead lockers you'll find a switch that allows you to switch the solar panel charging between the vehicle battery and the leisure battery. What a great idea. Now these overhead lockers are a very sleek design with no handles on the outside. Now I prefer a handle myself, but I know that everyone's taste is different, and these lockers do look very nice. And this model also has a TV attached to the outside wall of the washroom. Down on the floor of the lounge area there's a socket there for that table leg that we saw in the wardrobe earlier, and there's another blown air heater outlet and another 240 volt socket just inside the rear barn doors. When you're ready for bed, this lounge area turns into a double bed, sleeping widthways across the van. So not really suitable for the taller among us, but a little fella like me will have no problem fitting in there. I do like the design of the bed, and it means that when the side bits slide out to support the middle of the bed, they're sort of self-supporting and don't have any legs. So with the CV40 that was always an issue for me. The side bits that slid out had supporting legs and that took up the storage space, but this seems to be a much better design. It's self-supporting, it doesn't have any legs to prop it up, therefore you don't lose the storage area. When you do want access to the underbed storage area, the sides lift up and they're on little gas struts to help you do that, so as you can see there, that makes it a lot easier. And I think that's another great idea from Autotrail. Now, as you can see, you still have the underbed storage at the sides, and this is also where you'll find the electrical system and the wheel water boiler. And as you can see in the middle there, there's still a little bit of storage where they've got an electric hookup cable stored. So, moving on to the washroom. On opening the door, you can see there's a towel ring and a hook on the back of the door to hang your dressing gown on. Once you're inside this washroom, you can see that it has one of those clingy shower curtains. Now, as you can see there, it doesn't have a skylight, but it does have a vent in the roof. There's also 3 LED downlighters, so you can see what you're doing in here. There's a small mirrored storage cupboard, as you can see there, and one of the drop-down sinks with a mixer tap. Now, I really like these sinks, and I think they're a great space-saving idea. When it's folded away, it just gives you that little bit extra elbow room in the shower. And for a chunky lad like me, the more elbow room, the better. The washroom also has a few shelves behind the toilet and a toilet roll holder, but don't forget to keep that toilet roll holder on the outside of the shower curtain. Okay, you've then got your electronic flush for the toilet and a mixer tap for the high level shower head, and this is the trigger activated shower head, as you can see there. Now down at floor level, you've also got another outlet for the blown air heating, and that means you can use this room as a drying room. If you come back from walking the dogs and you're all wet, that's what I mean, hang your coat in there to dry, not stick your dog in there till it's dry. Now the inside of this van is finished in a light oak wood grain effect and contrasting cream trim, and I really like the look of it. And one last thing to show you is the new digital dashboard layout, and there you go. I think that speaks for itself. All in all, I think it's a very nice van conversion, and with the addition of a digital dashboard and a new multifunction steering wheel, I personally think that these vans are starting to look more like motorhomes and less like commercial vehicles every year. So that's a quick look around the Autotrail 540. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Now, this van is a little small for me with my dog pack, but if you're looking to move up from a VW camper sized van into something that has a washroom and plenty of headroom, then this is something that definitely should be considered. Hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.